This story is just an absolutely heartbreaking and completely avoidable tragedy out of Buffalo, New York. The man, Nurul Amin Shah Alam, would be found dead days later. And this security cam footage obtained by the investigative post shows the moments just after Border Patrol officers dropped him off at a closed Tim Hortons, which is not what you want in the middle of winter when you're mostly blind. That's right, this man was almost entirely blind, didn't speak English, was a legal refugee here. It's sort of the whole point of this country. Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. And he just got dropped off in the middle of the freezing cold and died as a result of it. Of course, none of this mattered at all to CNN blowhard Scott Jennings, who smirks more often than I think he breathes. And when Abby Phillips talks about needing to have humanity, he looks like a robot who doesn't know how to even process that concept. He just doesn't even go like, of course, yeah, sure, or nod like, yeah, humanity would be good. He goes, humanity? What is this of what you speak?
Now, they detained him, learned he couldn't be deported. Why couldn't that have been done before? Well, part of me wonders, is it because they have quotas that they have to reach in terms of people that they have to detain as part of the Stephen Miller push to hit certain numbers? Because we're talking about, they're acting as if these are just individual people, but it's actually seems like a broader issue with ICE and Border Patrol putting numbers on the table and saying, the more people you pick up, the more bonuses you get. The more people you pick up, the closer you get to the target that we want you to get to, regardless of whether these people are eligible for deportation or not.
ICE is having hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of interactions with people around the country. Do I think it's reasonable to assume you're going to have individual interactions where something goes awry, where a detail is missed, where there's something unfortunate or bad that happens?
This man is dead, and he didn't need to be dead.
But does that negate the need to do the hundreds of thousands of other interactions they're having across the country?
Look, listen.
I mean, he dehumanizes this man, makes it sound like it doesn't matter at all. You're bound to have some things go awry. It's a human being that didn't need to die and is now dead because of just a callous, cold, mass deportation plan, mass anti-immigration plan that is part of Trump's America. Now let's take a look at how Shah Alam ended up in custody in the first place.
What are you doing? Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Okay. Put it down! Put it down! You're gonna get tased! Okay. Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Okay. Down! On the ground! Okay. Put it in the snow! Okay. In the snow! You're gonna get tased! Okay. You're gonna get tased! I'm gonna tell you one more time! I'm gonna tell you one more time! I'm gonna tell you one more time! No! I'm gonna shoot you, dude. Put it down! Put it down! Yeah. Delta 280 radio, give me more cars. Yeah! Put it down! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
According to Shah Alam's lawyer, he purchased the 2 curtain rods to use as walking sticks while out for a walk, when he eventually got lost and mistakenly entered the backyard where we saw him when the Buffalo PD officers approached him.
He's going to be injured. I don't know how bad. He got hit by all 4. They still came at us with the poles. He almost got shot.
Right. Karate kick. I go, what's she doing? I'm about to pull my gun out.
I'm not trying to kick her and kill him over poles. I've been hit with worse. I don't even want to pick my up. I know. He got me there.
Did he bite you too?
And in the leg.
Yeah.
Following his arrest, ICE placed a detainer on him, hoping to take him into custody and potentially deport him upon his release. After nearly a year in jail, Shah Alam accepted a plea deal and was charged with trespassing and misdemeanor possession of a weapon, which would not lead to him being deported if DHS cared at all about following the law. Instead, he was turned over to Border Patrol by the Erie County Sheriff's Department, which brings us to where we started.
So the key issue here seems to be a miscommunication on whose part we're still trying to figure out as to which immigration agency was going to take custody of Mr. Shah Alam after he was released from the holding center. His attorneys believed it was ICE who was going to take custody of him, and so they were waiting for him at the local ICE detention center the next day to get him out. His attorneys had confirmed, in fact, that ICE did not want custody of him. ICE's attorneys said, we don't want this guy. In fact, it was Border Patrol who the Erie County Sheriff's Office called. They took him in their system saw that ICE didn't want to have custody of him. And then instead of, in their words, releasing him from the Border Patrol station, gave him a quote unquote courtesy ride to the closed Tim Hortons. My colleague was there the other day and confirmed that while the drive-through of that coffee shop was open, the lobby was not. He was not able to enter and sit down in the quote unquote warm, safe location that Border Patrol said it was. He pleads out earlier this year, and that is when the issue with Border Patrol happens. They pick him up with no notice, no warning, and they drop him at the coffee shop.
And his family reported him missing, and the next thing they knew, he was found dead in the cold.
It's just the attitude and mindset of Border Patrol officers, ICE agents, and the other so-called law enforcement agents that are not centering humanity in any way. They have a job to do, I understand that. They can do it with kindness. This is an older man, almost entirely blind, doesn't speak English. You give him a ride, a courtesy ride after he's released after nearly a year in jail for a mistaken incident. Maybe you give the man a ride all the way to his home. If you don't know where his new home is because his family had moved during the year he was in jail, you keep him in a warm place until you can find out where he can safely go, and you give him a ride there or ask them to pick him up. What you don't do is drop a man in the cold like he's a piece of litter that you're throwing out the side of your car, which also, for the record, you should not do. So it's a very sad story. Hopefully more humanity can seep into the operations that are currently running pretty rampant on our streets. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ.